The governorship candidate of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, in Ebonyi State, Professor Bernard Odoh, yesterday raised the alarm over the withdrawal of security operatives attached to him by the State Commissioner of Police, Sunday Faleye. Professor Odoh, in a statement, said that his life has been in danger and declared the withdrawal of the police operatives attached to him as strange and unjustifiable. The police had on Monday declared Odoh wanted over the murder of the traditional ruler of Umuezekoha community, Eza North local government area of the state, His Royal Highness Umuezekoha. Joining us now on this show is Professor Bernard Odoh, governorship candidate, Ebonyi State, APGA. Good morning, Professor Odoh. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, Dr. Ruben.
For joining us. Well, two issues here. About 2 days ago, you were accused of complicity, along with 8 others, in the murder of the Royal Highness from your community that I mentioned. And now, subsequently, the police declared you wanted. You issued a statement saying that all the allegations were false. Are you still a wanted person? Yesterday, you put out a statement that your security details have been withdrawn. Is that as a result of the fact that the police have already declared you wanted over a murder allegation? Let's begin the conversation with these clarifications.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ruben. Thank you, Rafai, and thank you, Ayo, for the opportunity to address members of the public this morning. First of all, let me give you some background. In the last 6 months, between October and March, my team and myself have been attacked a total of 8 times in Ebonyi during our campaign. Most of these attacks were orchestrated by government officials. In one of those attacks, 2 of my security officials were killed. One inspector of police and one civil defense officer. The first time we were attacked was in October last year. And before that attack, I was warned not to embark on a campaign in the local government of the APC candidate. This warning came from government officials. And I said, if I'm going to be governor of Ebonyi State, I have no reason not to take my campaign to all parts of the state. An appointee of government was the one who led that attack. We attacked Iboko, a part of Izi local government. In that attack, I had DSS on my team. We had Nigerian police on our team. We made reports to police. In February, the one that took life of 2 officials also took place initially. We were attacked. My vehicle was riddled with bullets. I lost the civil defense officer who drove that vehicle, lost a police officer who was on our convoy. Again, we made a report. Up to now, no investigation, no arrest was made. In February again, we went on a campaign in Odoh, our local government, the local government of the governor of the state. His officials, with branded vehicle of his campaign, attacked us. They shot at us for more than 30 minutes. It took the intervention of the CP and the DSS official to rescue me from that incident. The attack has gone on up to 8 times. We have made reports, we have made complaints, addressed press conference. I was in a channel last year, I was in a AIT, I was on a rise. No investigation, nothing has happened. The one of last week was a rude shock. After the election on Saturday, on Monday night, I was watching the election results on Channel TV. Some people ran into my compound and said our traditional ruler had been murdered. I was shocked because none of us expected a thing like that. I called the CP and said, we have an incident in my community. Our Eze has just been murdered. He said, okay, that he will send the team immediately. The next morning, we gathered in the Eze's compound. In fact, the entire community up till now, we are mourning. By 3 p.m. that same day, I got a letter inviting me by the police. The next 20 minutes, I got a call that the CP wanted to see me. I called my lawyers. They raised concern because in the past, politicians who had different opinion to the state government, had been charged with trump-off charges of murder. In fact, Umuezekoha last year, the senatorial candidate for Labour Party, was detained for 2 months over trumped-up charges like this. So when I sought a counsel advice of my legal team, they said no, that I must seek legal processes to protect myself, that the whole of this thing going on is political, because our campaign has generated a lot of momentum. The people are pushing forward to vote for me in the next election. That all of these are politically motivated. So I had to seek a legal redress. First of all, we filed enforcement of fundamental rights, filed a restraining court order from court. While this was going on, police declared me wanted. I issued a press statement. This Eze that was killed is my own Eze. He's a father to me. When I was attacked at Ntezi, he was one of those who came to console me and prayed for the soul of those who had gone. I don't have malice with him. We have no quarrels. Our community is calm. The last election, my community was the most peaceful. There was no quarrel, there was no incident. So it baffles my imagination how a state government will go to radio as early as 6 o'clock on the morning of this murder to declare that I am the one who have killed Eze. You know, so it's strange. It's not politically motivated. In Ebonyi today, the place is so oppressive and repressive. The place is not a place where people can express themselves. So simply because I'm in this race for governor of Ebonyi State, I have received all kinds of attacks from the state government. I don't have issue with anybody. Our campaign is issue-based. So they are haunting me because of my view and opinion about governance in Ebonyi State. In the last 8 years, our poverty rose from 56% to 82%. While I was in government, I constantly argued against policies that were going to escalate poverty in Ebonyi State. At some point, I felt my opinions were not needed, and I resigned from the government. And from the day I resigned from government till now, I've had constant battle with the government. You know, so this is the background of what has happened in Ebonyi State. DSS is investigating the same matter. They have my statement. They have not declared me wanted. So it's strange why they would declare me wanted just about 72 hours to election, where I'm a candidate of a party. So this is the background of what is going on in Ebonyi State, and it's important that I address the world to understand what is the real issue behind all that is going on in Ebonyi State. It's all politics, and it's because I and my team, we are going to defeat them. The people are tired of the APC government in Ebonyi State. The man has no human emotion for anybody. If you disagree with him, you are haunted. So this is the issue.
Thank you, Professor Odoh. And you said that the DSS hasn't declared you wanted, but in response to Dr. Bati's question, are you still wanted, whether by the whether by the police, or is it just the state government that announced on radio that you are wanted? Are you wanted by the security agencies, any security agency? Well,
that's what they said. That's what they said. But there is a court order restraining police from harassing me. So they say that I'm wanted. I don't know what that means.
All right. As a follow-up question to that, there was something else you said when you were speaking with regards to an appointee of the government being the mastermind behind one of the attacks that you'd endured. And this is something you've spoken about before in a previous interview. Since you've been able to identify this appointee, have there been any steps you've taken? I can understand some limitations you might have in terms of, with the governor himself, but with his appointees, they do not have immunity. Have you sought the police's intervention? Have you reported the case to the police? What are some of the things you've done? I know you said you're seeking legal redress, but there are certain matters you can report to the police. Have you done that, and what has been the response of the police or security agencies?
Absolutely, we have written reports. In fact, the attack in Odoh, the 8 persons who led the attack against us, who shot at us, we know their faces, their names were known. We did a petition to the police. We listed the names of all those who attacked us. None of them have been arrested. No investigation has gone on. As I speak now, they are moving freely on the street. They are known. Our petition is before the Nigerian police. We listed the names of these individuals. Nothing has happened.
I'd like to ask you, what role did Umuezekoha play in most of these 8 attacks you complained about? That's one. And number 2, Since you've been put on this wanted list, you said you're in direct talks with the Commissioner of Police. Have you been able to get the understanding of the Commissioner of Police as regards all of this, or you've stopped talking to the Commissioner of Police?
No, I have spoken twice with the CP, and they said, this is the issues around this matter. I am willing to send my statement to the police. I have no hand in the murder of the monarch for my community. I have no issues with him, no malice. And if you said people pointed fingers at me and listed names of those who came to kill the man, I have no hand in it. I have no issues against the man. I said, we have election by weekend. Allow me to face my election. I don't have any issue with anybody. He said, I must come to the station. And already I have intel that the idea behind coming to the police is for me to be arrested, detained, and the magistrate court to arraign me the next morning. That's why we sought legal interventions, because it's all designed to get me off the way while the election goes on. So I have reached out to the CP twice. I was also in the office of the IG, and we submitted our court order restraining police from further harassment of myself. To allow me to run my election. I don't have any issue against anybody. There's no criminal record around me. I served in government for 2 years and 11 months. No criminal record, no charges, nothing. I am in this race because I believe I have something to offer our people. And because the government today is scared of my emergence, they have done all kinds of things to stop me, including assassination attempts. Two officers were killed working with me. No investigation, no arrest. So what kind of society is that? I don't have any protection. Is it a crime to run for public office?
Okay, so
it is the public that will decide who becomes the governor. Not one man in government has
Professor, so that's why I'm asking, what role did Ebubeagwu play in most of these 8 attacks? And secondly,
Ebubeagwu, yes.
As it is now, how are you being protected?
Ebubeagwu was the major menace until the court disbanded them. But even as the court disbanded them, the governor has gone ahead to set up another one he called Neighborhood Watch. They have stockpiled every community with arms. They are threatening people every day that if you are not going to vote for APC, you are going to be haunted and shot at. So he has replaced Ebubeagwu with Neighborhood Watch. Ebonyi is hostile now to all of us. If you speak to the candidate of PDP, he will confirm my position. If you speak to the Labour guys, they will confirm my position. In terms of protection, I don't have any police with me now. The DSS has assured me that they will send their men to come and support, to come and provide all the support that I need. But I don't have any police support at the moment.
Okay, Prof, you started with APGA, on which platform you are trying to be a governor now. From APGA, you moved to People's Democratic Party, and now you are back to APGA. But what is interesting about your political profile is that the same Governor Dave Umahi that you are saying has no milk or has no trace of human feeling in him was the same man you served as secretary to the state government from 2015 to 2018.
Yes.
So what went wrong? Could it be because you were not his choice for the gubernatorial position on the platform of the APC for the 2022 election? And now you found accommodation again in APGA. And in any case, what's your strongest proposition for the people of Ebonyi State? Is it the fact that you are from Ebonyi Central and you think it is the turn of Ebonyi Central? Or you are just on a vendetta mission to see if you win, you will try to deal with the man you now say you now say has no feeling, human feeling in him, having been your benefactor, ironically.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ruben. First of all, let me state something clear. In 2015, I ran for Senate in APGA. The governor, sometime last year, confirmed before the public that I won that election, but that they rigged me out. He invited me to serve in his government and secretary to government. I was never a member of PDP. I joined that government on 29th May. And between 29th May 2015 and 2nd of April 2018, I served under that government. Constantly while I served, we differed on policy direction. Why did I differ with you on policy direction? My idea of governance is to improve the well-being of the people, improve opportunity for people to become more prosperous, opportunity for quality education, opportunity for health care, opportunity for enabling business environment, and freedom of press. All of these, I had different standards on issues around all I have listed. We argued for over 2 years in council. In fact, much of where the state investment have gone to in the last 8 years are investment that yields no return to the people. How can you be in government? Between 2015, poverty rate grew from 56% to 80% under 7.5 years. These were the reasons why I left the government. And I've been critical of these same issues. I don't have any personal matter against the governor. I value and deeply appreciate that he gave me opportunity to serve. But my loyalty first is to the people, not to the governor. So I don't have personal matter with him. I don't have any personal issue with anybody. My position was around policy issues that will better the life of our people. Insecurity and killing in Ebonyi, communal war, there is undue government interference in the life of our people. The government want to install all leadership in public sphere and private sphere of the state. Communal crisis is at its highest record ever in Ebonyi history. People have been killed in such a phenomenal way in the last 7 years. So I differ with him on policy. I don't have personal issues with him. And that's why I am running for this election. I am running because I have the exposure, I have the training, I have the competence to provide governance that improve the well-being of our people. I am not running on the basis of Central, where I come from. I am not running on the basis of where my village or my center and my zone. I'm running on the basis of what Ebonyi needs at the moment is to reduce our unemployment rate is 82%. So if you have this kind of numbers and no effort is made to address these numbers, then it calls for serious concern. And that's why I'm in this race. Ebonyi people understand what they need and they understand who can best address their need. Let the man allow us to operate. This is democracy. Even under the military, it wasn't this way in Ebonyi State. So I don't have personal issues with him. I'm grateful to him for the opportunity to serve under his government. But my loyalty is to the people of Ebonyi State, not to him as the governor. That's my position on that.
All right, Professor Odoh. A few days back, your director of media, Mr. Charles Otto, had released a statement saying that you had uncovered a grand plan by the Ebonyi State government to rig the elections, which was meant to be on Saturday, now postponed to next week, Saturday. In fact, you put a sum of 7.8 billion naira, which had been pegged to bribe officials of INEC, security agencies, and the likes. You had released this press statement, and I'd like you to just give a bit more detail in terms of the uncovering of this grand plan to rig the elections in the favor of the APC, and also what has been done. I know you've made efforts to report this, but what has been done in this case? And then also you talk about 82% in terms of unemployment rate. What are your actual plans to solving or tackling this problem?
Okay, so first of all, recall that I had served in government for 2 years and 11 months. In this period that I served in government, I built relationship across the borders, across the divide. So I constantly get information from government. And the information we had about their plan to rig the election is accurate, is correct. They have earmarked that sum of money to disburse under the guise of an empowerment program. But all that fund is meant to use to rig election. That was why we brought it to the public. And we said EFCC and all the financial intelligence units should follow up on government accounts to watch the fund movement in the last few days before the election. The last election in Ebonyi State is also marred with all kinds of confusions. In my zone, someone had been declared a senator-elect without constitutional requirement of that election. Same in the South. There's all kinds of confusion in the place. So we have raised alarm. It is now left for those whose function is to look into this alarm and now ensure that they monitor the issues that we have raised. In terms of my plan to lower unemployment, I tell you this. The biggest opportunity we have in Ebonyi today is in agriculture. The largest single farmland that is contiguous in the whole state is less than 300 hectares. Our plan in governance is to increase our land preparation to up to 10, 20, 30,000 hectares so we can deploy appropriate mechanization to expand our food production capabilities. Each time you grow food on 10,000 hectares of land, you create 100,000 jobs. Today, palm oil is more expensive than crude oil. One barrel of palm oil today is $350. But one barrel of crude is about $105. Our people are hardworking people. All they require is a enabling environment, support by government, and they will utilize the opportunities available in our place to make progress. In education, let me give you a practical example. Ogun State today has 12 private universities, 12. Just quick assumption that each of these universities admit about 1,000 students annually. That is 12,000 students. None of those universities pay less than 1 million tuition. So we are going to set up an education tech hub where we are going to provide access to high-speed internet, access to basic infrastructure for private operators of universities to come and set up their ventures. By the time that hub is up and running, that hub will create not less than 50,000 jobs for our people. We also want to return Ebonyi to free education from primary school to work, so that our people can have access to education. Our university today is not competitive. Under former Governor Dr. Samego, we were ranked 8th among the Committee of University in Nigeria. Today we are ranked 118. So if we sort out our education can pull traffic into Ebonyi State. If we sort out our agri sector, it can pull traffic into Ebonyi State. You can't reduce unemployment when there is no cash flow into your state. Ebonyi State in the last 8 years has not been able to pull cash flow into Ebonyi State. There is no local investment going on. There is no foreign direct investment going on. Everybody is waiting for allocation from Abuja. And that is why the poverty rate is biting the way it's biting. On the ease of doing business, we are ranked 26th. My vision for Ebonyi is that within our time in government, we must rank within the first 5. Making our business environment competitive and driving traffic to Ebonyi is what will bring about change in our poverty demographics and increasing prosperity for our people. So my role as the governor of the state when I come on board is to make Ebonyi State a place where people are enabled to engage with their potentials, to engage with the opportunities. This is what we want to do differently.
Well, thank you very much, Professor Odoh, for joining us on the morning show.